All right, so I think from what we did yesterday, tinokwanisa kuita a continuation nequestion yatinayo panapa. We said takambotarisa ma-solving triangles zvanana cos na sin and all right, it's fine. So in this case we are given this shape is a t triangle american ichioneka bo. All right, so that's the diagram that we are given in this case. Can we try we copy again so that substitution is a diagram ratio per side. This one. 2010. But one I'm wishing but I'm not gonna put in it. It's okay. All right. So no diagram ratanga tinaro is okay. Just want to copy up aside. So in this case, if you have to read the information, we are just given here in the diagram A, B, and C are 3 points on level ground. That is to just say we are joining these points by what? By straight lines. So which means all these lines that you are seeing are straight line. And we are given here that B is 12 kilometers from A on a bearing of 062 degrees. So if we have to cross check here B from A, remember that bearing really from if gonna change it from a point, that means we actually arrow it up line kuna B up. So to take note of our arrow in this case. So B up 62 degrees. So per diagram, actually, there's no need if you wrote 062. Remember that it was 3-figure bearing, you have to write 3 digits, but per diagram, there's no need of that. All right, so that's our angle here, and also the distance, as you can see, it's pretty clear. All right, then also 158 here, A. Okay, then the first question is to calculate item 1, the distance from B to C. All right, so if you have to check here, normally bearing
Dream lesson. Most of joke and dream lesson.
All right, so actually, if you have to cross check here, bearing, it's not like you are going to have everything bearing, like you are attempting 3-figure bearing and so forth. No, always on bearing, we have to try by all means to also know solving triangles. All right. That's what is best in this case. So actually bearing part here nokwanisa ngotibatsira pakuti pakuziva ma-angles kuti issue of ma-power lines, remember tetra about ma-north poles kuti anopesera ma-power lines and so forth. Saka ndo panokwanisa kungoshanda part yebearing, otherwise zvimwe zvese kutodzoka kuma-solving triangles. Okay, so let us cross check according to our diagram here. What can we do to calculate this length from B here to C?
Cosine rule.
Cosine rule. Okay, but how can we apply it in this case? Because if you have to cross check here, we do not have an angle that is inside the triangle.
Okay, we can subtract 158 from 62.
All right, so takubudisa 62 papana 158, so it's going to be 158 degrees minus 62, and that's gonna give us something like what? 158 minus 62, which is something like 96. All right, so 96 degrees up. So which means the whole of this angle is going to be 96 degrees according to this region that we have got. Then cosine rule, because we are given what, two sides and an included angle. All right, so cosine rule anobotichi in terms of a side. If you are to calculate a side, what does cosine rule say?
A squared is equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos A.
Alright, so that means this part E in clear, it's okay. Let's just so we are saying that A squared is equivalent to B squared plus C squared minus 2 BC cos of what? Cos of A. All right, so in this case, our A squared and Changarichi BC or Trukudand. So we put BC squared, which is equivalent to what? 12 squared plus 15 squared minus 2 times 12 times 15. Everything that we have here times cos of 96 degrees. All right. So taking from this part, if you have to simplify, so actually you have to simplify each and every term under number squares research. So the simplifier, which is something like 12 squared, which is 144. So you just have to simplify this part that I'm going to try it first. And 15 squared, which is going to give us something like what? 225, isn't it?
225.
All right, minus 2 times 12 times 15, that's something like 360 cos of 96 degrees. All right, so there you just combine 144 and 225, 203, 369. So this part actually is fine. Only maybe this part where I'm going to explain about actually pana cosine rule. There is nothing much. Pana, but just mind with these two multiply. So we are not here. We are not going to subtract like to say 369 minus 360. That one is not going to be like that. We have to combine everything at once. So what is to simplify this part separately. One a certain decimal. From that decimal that you have, also not combine na 369. So that is the stage yaunokwanisa kuzononyora panapa padecimal running around. Then in this case, let us just combine this ka1 tingozvibatanidza zvese instead of kuzviita 1 so which means to combine everything here from 369. We just use our calculator at once. So 369 minus 360 cos 96 at once, notipa something like 400 and okay, let's put it here. But no pesratan is something like 406.63 02 something like that, 602 something like that. All right, so from this part we have to find our BC by what? Introducing the square root, because this was what? This was BC squared. BC squared. So just introduce the square root both sides, which means BC. That's in this case the square root of the answer that we have is something like 20 comma something like that, 20,1216 something. So base rate is 20,2. And also take note of my units is our kilometers. So which means here we can just present our BC here as 20,2. That was BC which is 20,2. So actually what we have, most cases, just take note of the actual value that you obtained but not to say that if you use this value as it is, you're going to be marked wrong. No, no go. But always try even to use my values as they were from your calculator, like the exact values. You have to try to do that. All right. Then this part, what about this part? Is that calculate in this case angle ACB to the nearest degree. So to the nearest degree simply means what? To the nearest whole number. This part here simply means what? To the nearest whole number. So it can be any value, maybe wangoshanda nema centimeters, but to the nearest centimeter, it got to the nearest whole number, to the nearest meter, to the nearest whole number. Kana ari ma-units aunenge wakapiwa ipapo, ndo zvazvezvingorewa. So we want to get back here. So how can we calculate this angle at ACB? So which means angle irikugadzirwa nani na A na B, but iri panani pana C. All right, let's locate this angle ACB. All right, so if you have to cross check, that's our angle here from A to C back to B, which is this one. All right, so this time tinga wanna say angle ACB. What can we cosine rule? Okay, we can actually use cosine rule. It's fine because it just actually depends with how you're going to use it. Actually here, both cos and even sine, because as you can see, pana 96 are in the opposite side, and then angle ya true kuda in the opposite side. So even sine rule or even cosine rule, if we have to use cosine rule, cos A is equal to B squared plus C squared minus what? A squared over 2BC. This time we want to calculate angle, so that will be our formula there. So that means in this case, we are referring to cos of what? This angle at C. So you can just write it as cos ACB, which is the angle that we want to calculate. Cos ACB is equal to what? So this B and C simply ndoma sides are gazira angle, which is this side here and this side here. Ndo B na C like according to formula kuti ma sides anenge achigadzira angle yako. Yes, you can use this as a normal way kuti kana angle C nokushanda kuti cos C is equal to, it's fine like that, but just knowing formula 1 zvinokubatsira ngokuziva kuti paformula 1 you just know kuti chii chakaitwa paformula iyoyo, like what are you calculating. So like I'm saying, you can use cos C, it's fine, but zvazvongoreva zvoti tichasquare masides edu 15 squared plus what, plus 20,2 squared minus A squared simply means the side that is opposite to what, the angle that you're calculating. So that's going to be 12 squared here over 2 times what? 2 times B times C, which are these sides 15 and what? And 20,2. My sides are tangatambo square 5. So that's it. So with all this information, we can evaluate everything on our calculator. Zvese zvatinazvo tokwanisa kungozvievaluata calculator ka1 toshanda nedecimal chanobuda ipapo. So I don't know type of calculator or kushandisa because apa mostly what is important is the calculator that you are using. So but in this case, we are going to obtain, let me just see, which is 2 times 15 times 20,2. All right, I'm not going to show now something like, actually it's a calculator and now as a fraction and also as a decimal. As a fraction, it will be 6113 over 7575. All right, or you can just put this as a decimal, which is something like 0.80699. 6 something like that. All right, saka ndo rinenge riri decimal part ya cos A CB, but isi toda kutsvaka angle ichi inonzi ACB. So how are we going to calculate ACB? So angle ACB inenge yakunonzi chi arc cos ndizvo 6999 something like that. So takunoti arc cos calculated, which is shift cos or second function cos, depending with the calculator that we are using. So takunowana exact value of the angle. In this case, to something like 36. That is 36,1964 something like that. Okay, so there to gonna, but remember we are given an instruction which we must leave this answer to the nearest what degree, that is to the nearest whole number. So looking at this number 36, one we anokwanisa kuchinja here number is 36. 1 is less than 5, which means akwanisi kuchinja number yedu, so anongosara ari 36 degrees. So that will be our value in this case, 36 degrees to the nearest what degree. So ndo idea ne yatinenge tingori nayo arikuoneka. Okay, so that means here we can even indicate our angle here as what is 36 degrees then. All right, then the other question what is the bearing now? Here we need the bearing of C from what? C from B. Okay, so Chernobyl as a bearing of C from B, and it's actually 4 marks. All right, so it's okay, but diagram we do to note the papa true chapo C from what? From B. So which part are we actually having ndochinjaka portion diagram? Okay, but just let me right, so something like this. All right, so tikata panapa, that is our point C, and this is our point B. So I'm going to try that bearing of C from B, which means to find up B from B. Remember that is also bearing panonzi from say patinoenda. So tikanoenda pana B from the north of B in this way up to the line ruenda kunani kuna C, up to this line, that is the angle that we are supposed to calculate, this one. So how are we going to calculate this whole angle here? Ndo pane mubvunzo mati tinenge takunozvifambisawo sei. Alright, so far chatiri kuziva pachini kana chatinacho so far, chatingoziva nacho tiri pa straight line panapa. So angles on a straight line, they up to what 180 degrees. So here we have got 180 degrees, the straight line. But paneka angle akatiri kucreata panapa karapa kari kusara apa. So tinenge takuzokawana kupi ka angle akatiri kucreata kanova iko kangofanana neka angle katichanocreata panapa pana C, which is this angle here at C. Why? Because to create a Z angles, that's a Z angle here, which is alternate angles. If we can see properly, this part here and this part here. So which means angle yedu tichanoiwana kupi, ndo zvatakunozvibvunza mati angle yedu tichanoiwana kupi, kana kuti is there any part ichatibatsira kana kuti pana A. Alright, pana A pachatibatsira sei? Pana A pano
pane GZ angle from A to
parikuoneka pana A to C, pane ka Z kari kubuda apandi. Saka takunotora ka angle aka ndo ka same angle kari panapa panani pana C. Alright, so which means angle tianoitorera kupi? Tianoitorera from a straight line, knowing that angles on a straight line they adapt what? 180. So so we are going to subtract 158. All right. So 180 minus 158, which is in this case, I don't know, something like 22 degrees. All right. So which means this angle here is 22. So that means also here, this angle is 22 degrees. All right. But the whole of this angle here is 36. The whole of this angle, it was 36. So which means we can subtract it now to find this remaining angle here. So that negative something like, let's just put it here, 36 degrees minus 22 degrees, which is going to give us something like what? 36 minus 22, which is 14. All right, so this will be 14 degrees. So which means this angle here is 14 degrees, which is this part iripana CE. Yatati yakafanana ne-angle iripanapa, which is 14 degrees. So at the end, that means we are able to, we can be able now to calculate this bearing because they are in a straight line, and also tine angle yani 14 degrees. Yeah, all right. Okay, so which means but negative 180 degrees of a straight line plus 14 degrees. All right, which is something like what?
194.
194. All right, so doing our bearing maybe 194 degrees. So actually ndo chetinzira dzatinge tingori nadzo like diagrams. It's best kushanda ne-information yaunenge wakapiwa pa-diagram, and also if you are to cross check kuti ma-solving triangles oga tiringono apply part ye-bearing chaiyo unoti it's just ndofunga yangotibatsira pangotsvaka ma-angles and so forth, but the rest it was application of ma-solving triangles.
All right.
Exactly. So ndo actually mabvunziro anokwanisa kuitwa ma-questions iwaya. So chinhu chakakosha kuzongorevise as much questions as possible. Zvinokwanisa kuzobatsira izvozvo.
All right.
So I think for bearing, that's mostly what we have. Don't go try, just try. My question papers aya ndakasenda ndofunga pane ma-questions akawanda paper 2, just try to work on them. Zvinogona kuzobatsira izvozvo.
All right.
Okay, so I think also pane this area yema-similarity takamboita part ye-similarity and so forth.
Not yet.
All right, I think that's another part yakakosha because even at YouTube, I think, and now Viranda and I explain, so it can be advantage because some of the areas you can even go back which cross check ku YouTube. Zvinogona kuitawo kuti zvichibatsira kurevisa fast andika. All right, so we can just start similarity, but let me just send you a link because almost it's just 8 minutes, so let's just start it on a fresh page.
All right.